Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. This is gonna be a quick classic check-in, so we'll get the sense for what the energies are like for each of the twin collectives. We'll get a response to the additional question, and also we'll see how the twins are feeling towards each other at this time. Let's get started with an oracle card. Today I've got the Enchanted Map Oracle. So let's see what we have for Divine Feminines first of all. Oops, I hope you guys had a productive weekend. We had the eclipse, the new moon. It was pretty powerful. And it opened up the so-called eclipse portal. So lots of shifts and transformations are envisioned in the next 2 weeks, while we are confidently moving towards a lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 28th of October. So the feminines got the Bone Collector card. Oh, I like this. Let's see if I have a book. I actually want to go to a book. But this reminds me that I'm supposed to do a post about the ancestor healing work. And there is a friend of mine that's actually doing great work in that area. And she's doing her course with life goals every October. According to her, October and November actually are like the considering certain events, certain holidays, you know, like Halloween, like Day of the Dead. There is something similar in the Jewish tradition, I think. Forgot what it's called. So all these holidays are connected with connecting to ancestors, to people who have passed on, and so on and so forth. And it's really important to be able to connect that way for ourselves in terms of the collective karma and healing, right? And also to pass on certain wisdom to be able to do that. So I'll do a post on that, probably do a story on Instagram as well, so you can connect to Bridget. And if that's something that's calling to you, that this is a perfect time to take it on. You are whole and have everything you need within. When the Bone Collector appears, she's asking you to look closely at your circumstances, to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we are wounded, especially when we are young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation, i.e. that trauma that you experienced. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding, and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. That actually means that even if you're not ready to fully heal it energetically, in your consciousness, it's still important to be aware what that limitation is based on wounding, so that when you approach new situations, when you're making decisions in the present, you understand that limitation and you do not allow it to limit you in what you are in paving the way for something new, for something beautiful going forward. Okay, let's see what we have for the masculines watching. And just to connect the dots between the ancestors and what we just were talking about, there are some wounds that actually passed on from other generations and or our past lives. And it's a lot harder to draw that connection, right? Because it's harder to explain it if you can't think of a specific event. I mean, yes, sometimes our own experiences are suppressed, no doubt about that. But it's even harder when it's that deep. And it's still possible for you to be carrying that around as a wound. So that's why that ancestor healing work is so important and so beneficial. Masculines have number 14, ride the wave. Oh, I like this. Look how beautiful it is. Yes. I just posted something on Instagram from one of the beaches in Maui that I was in April, that I was visiting in April, and it had watercolor like that, so it immediately reminds me of it. Wow. Right now, success is easy and effortless. You can be assured that you're entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. The tide has turned, and you can put your surfing skills to test. Everything that you know, all your talents, coupled with your hopes and dreams, will carry you forward. People and circumstances have come out of the ocean of potential and possibility to take shape in a wave of spectacular activity. Know that you're definitely on the right path. I love it. Both twins are getting the message pretty much that they have everything they need, that they are on the right path. Just need to show that courage and to, like this, there is going to be a lot of the feeling of unknown territory through the eclipse season. And it's important to still move forward bravely. Okay, let's see. We have 3 questions. Bottom of the deck. Look at that, 4 of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting that these experiences are definitely bringing new awareness towards what union is about. What is that for me? About union within. You know, like you're supposed to be in union within yourself first before you're ready to be in union with another person. Alrighty, here we have 10 of Cups. Look at that. And yes, the emotional fulfillment is above anything. A lot of people don't prioritize emotional fulfillment, that kind of next level happiness. They prioritize the material goals. But I actually got that message over this weekend because I was thinking about someone specific who is a twin flame and who is prioritizing certain goals in the material realm. But yes, and I was like, emotional happiness, fulfillment, emotional healing is supposed to be the highest priority above everything. And that includes a lot of different things, and we're not gonna go into it right now, but yeah, big deal, big deal. So it's almost like if anyone was still in denial about that importance or the immediate priority that space needed, the eclipses will bring in almost like a tower moment experience where you won't be able to proceed with your next steps in the physical until you face certain wounding in the emotional realm and you deal with that, to get yourself back into the balance space and to be able to draw some conclusions or to see how that wounding is impacting the way you are, the way you conduct yourself. So feminines, you have 2 of Wands clarified by King of Pentacles. Yeah, so there is the entrance to the portal, eclipse portal, right? The entrance is actually bringing in more information about the life partnership, about who you see as a partner, about how you are as a life partner for somebody else, and what that collaboration between you two is supposed to look like, or you want it to look like, right? So adding more clarity and more magic to it, I'm hearing with all these colors. I love the coloring in this card, in this deck, right? It's like not making it a mundane thing, although we all know that we live in 3D reality and we will have to deal with day-to-day responsibilities, chores, decisions in any case. But this is not even the main focus. Like, those things can be negotiable, right? They can be dealt in many different ways. But it's a lot more important to understand what it means in terms of energy, in terms of that exchange, right? In terms of creating something together that will be beautiful and magical and powerful and healing for yourselves and for others. Like this new blend of alchemy is being created at this time. Love it. For masculines, we have 8 of Coins and the Tower. Yeah, so I was just talking about that emotional fulfillment that some people are in denial of its importance. So the masculines are focused on hard work and the idea that they need to put in a lot of hours, a lot of effort to get to a certain success, whichever success that is for them. And the Tower moment comes in at this time during the eclipse season, pointing out that either that's not exactly what's going to make them happy, B, it's not the way to get to that point of success, or C, they're supposed to be focused on something completely different as their main occupation right now. And for some, it's not even going to be work, just to be clear. It can be going on a trip that you were putting off for a long time. It could be sorting things out at home, or maybe taking care of somebody, or like stepping into some other role. As if, like, for example, if it's a married life, it could be, instead of going out there on a job and making money, maybe spending more time taking care of home and kids, for example, for a change, right? And that's not in DM's plans, but maybe that's exactly what's needed at this time for a certain lesson to be learned. And it comes in as a Tower moment, i.e. there's probably going to be some kind of event that will hit hard and get them to reprioritize. But it is important to shift the focus right now. Additional question. 10 of Wands clarified by Knight of Pentacles. Whew. Yeah, so both twins actually dealing with this burden, with this overwhelm, with a lot of things happening, and them realizing that there needs to be a change. A shift needs to come in, right? And it's not like things are going to change 180 degrees overnight, but they need to start taking steps towards better future. So the cycles don't just keep repeating themselves again and again and again, but you keep ascending through those, and you change your lifestyle, basically. What's the change of lifestyle that's needed on DF's side? 7 of Swords clarified by 8 of Wands. Stop lying to yourself. I know it sounds blunt, but there is certain communication coming in that will help see where those blind spots are, where you've been telling yourself something comforting, something that was like making things okay to carry on like they are. And not just from your perspective, but even from the way other people were treating you. Like, you seemed like, even if it was not right, let's put it that way, more specifically, if they didn't treat you well enough, you were okay with that, and you are finding justification to that. Because, again, because of your own wounding, and we already spoke about a bone collector. But now with that new energy, or with the downloads you're getting, you're starting to see that that's not okay. And you're not gonna put up with it anymore. That's the change. For masculines, we have 2 of Coins, clarified by 9 of Swords. Masculines are fed up with having to juggle so many things, and always having to make difficult choices on what to, where to let people down, or what not to achieve, maybe even let themselves down, right? Like having to choose something out of obligation, and putting down certain personal goals and wishes and dreams, right? They are done with that juggling, done with picking priorities based on what other people are expecting. Feelings towards each other. From feminines to masculines, we have Queen of Swords clarified by the Emperor. So the feminines are speaking business right now. It's not lovey-dovey energy. It's not that sexual energy and chemistry at the moment. It's like, I want to get clear with where we are. And I want you to know that whichever stereotypes and ways to objectify women you have in your head, consciously or subconsciously, I'm not going to put up with that. We're going to have to deal with it. And that's another way, that another side of lies or BS that we just saw that DF is not going to put up with. And they see certain aspects of it in the masculine energy, and they're like, nope, it's not going to cut it. And the North Node in Aries, that's also been, Emperor is the Aries energy that's been activated during the eclipse, is pushing them even more forward towards that, of understanding who I am, what my needs are, and I'm a worthy partner at the table, right? Even if that historically hasn't been that way, right now is the time to change things around. So it's more of a masculine vibe, even, and getting to the point. But this is a conversation mode. This is like when feminines are like, okay, I'm not just gonna sit quietly and be pretty for you, right? And nurture you and you support you. Like if something funky is happening, if you're driven by your ego or by those societal constructs, I'm gonna call you out on that. And that's my way of loving myself and yourself in this case. For masculines, we see Seven of Cups clarified by Seven of Cups in reverse. That's very interesting. It's very interesting art in this card. But anyways, we have quite a few sevens here in this deck, in this reading. Okay, so masculines are basically saying, I don't want you to feel like you're one of the options. You're the option that I see in the end. Like you are the person I want to build my castle and my kingdom with. I see my happy life after. I see this rainbow. That's the rainbow from 10 of Cups, right? Like you are the person that I see my fulfillment with. At the right time, things will come together. They just know that it's not the right time just yet. And they're on the lookout for the signal. But that's how they see it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I have to run. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.